I scrape that water up right there just in a bad spot. They need to cover that water up. I'll tell you what, next bells I get, I'm gonna stick. You know what, better yet, I'm stealing these. That sun is brutal. So much better. Good morning. some more of that claw peeled off just now. Oh, how do you like it? Probably terrible camera quality. Because I think I had one of them Walmart cameras. Yeah, it kind of sucked. Not gonna lie, it sucked. It focuses in too much. Man, what'd you think about that mini bike though? How I had it set up. I think I had in that one video, it was all a clear video I had of it, like where I kind of talked about it. I think it had the time a torque converter, 72 tooth sprocket, rear sprocket, and a riser plate. The riser plate gives clearance for everything, everything. But I know with the torque converter with that 72 tooth sprocket, it would still do like 40, 41 miles an hour. But then I ended up going back to clutch in the woods. I found the clutch worked the best. It wouldn't go 20 miles an hour, but you had torque for days. You can climb anything. Oh, I checked out that boat yesterday too. That number 27, dude. Those flames it's got going down the side with the skeleton on the front. It's like a pontoonish type boat. That thing is sharp. And he worked on the motor on that thing, dude. Well, I'm really curious what engine it has. I didn't go that far into it. I really think it's probably a V8. It has to be a V8. Probably bigger. That thing has to be kicking some serious power. Had a triaxle trailer that went with it. Yeah, it was sharp as all get out. I think it had a jet drive. What do they call that? Like a Sea-Doo. Yeah, it was sharp. I hear you. Hey, you're talking about some serious money there, dude. I'd hate to maintain it, but I mean, it was sharp. But I've always heard the old saying, it's a hole in the water to throw your money in. Or a hull in the water, sorry, a hole in the water to throw your money in. I owned a, I think it was GTI 130, I think they called those. It was a Sea-Doo. And that thing was nice. It was 4-stroke. It wasn't no 2-stroke. And the one I had before it was a Yamaha. It was a 2-stroke. But that most recent one was a GTI 130. And I know it didn't suck water in. It had a pretty cool cooling system. It was a sealed cooling system, but it had like, I guess their version of radiators on the bottom. You know, it has like a heat sink plate that cools it off. It was pretty cool. I took it all up and down the rivers all around me. But it was a shitting getting little joker. But I ended up trading it, and that's where I got my KLR 650. I traded it dead even. They paid the tags, everything. Brand spanking new bike for something I had, you know, hours and hours and hours though. Oh yeah, I hear you, dude. Yeah, shit, hell, my broke ass is running out there on a John boat. No, I mean I like the color of them boats. Don't get me wrong. That metal flake is something else, dude. It's wild. But yeah, I don't know. I had one that was kind of like it, but it was like an '80s model. I swear it was like a late '80s model. I can't remember the name of it though. It was a It wasn't long though. It was like a 14 foot or a 15 foot fiberglass boat. It had that wild paint on the top, you know. The metal flakes weren't as big as the ones I've seen on those other boats, but yeah, it was like that, you know. It was cheap, but I had it for a little bit and ended up selling it. I traded it and so I built this lawnmower a long time ago. It was a V6 Vortec, 2-speed power glide, and a Dana 9-inch chopped and shortened rear end. Directly connected together, frame built around that. Put some fenders on it and everything. That was my lawnmower. And that thing would throw rooster tails. But I traded the bass boat and that for the other half of my shop being built. Yeah, I don't know if I could run out and drop. Cause I imagine them boats are probably closer to 60 grand. Oh, and I got the price wrong yesterday on this baler. It was the combo. It was the baler and the Trico. Back when the Trico was brand new, the baler was still fairly new. It was close to $1 million. Thought I'd clear it up. I hear you. Yeah, we're done today. We are confirmed 100% done today. Yep, got the call. We're gonna be out till after New Year's, I believe, so I won't be on here until about New Year's. I'll try to post something in between. I'll see what I got kind of recorded, and I'll try my hand at editing. So I do apologize in advance. But I'll try to post a couple of things in between now and then. That way, it's not just dead, you know. But yeah, as far as this goes, it's going to be stopped for about until the first of the year, maybe a hair bit after. But hopefully, either we might load all this stuff here and then move on to the next job, or I don't know. I don't know how that's going to work afterwards. I don't want to make predictions, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Brother fishes with a kayak on Green River Lake. Man, did you see that guy in the kayak in the Everglades? Oh, that's that sleet too. Yeah, that shit sucks. Yeah, I remember seeing a video of a guy out in the Everglades in a kayak. That is I would nope my way out of there, dude. Everything out there swimming's larger than that kayak. Especially the ones with the teeth. Who can jump out of the water. Hell no. Big ass gators down there. Yeah, I ain't playing with no gators. Let's see here. Yeah, I know. As soon as he brings me some cars, we'll start crushing. Yeah, dude, this job's been real different on this yard. We've been here before and had it rolling, but I don't know what's different this time. Oh, and on his claw, it was just the keeper that came out. I mean, it's a big deal if it ever came, if the main pin came out, but it was just the keeper. Oh, thank you for that light. Light rain turned into snow. Yeah, dude, yeah, it's sleet, man. That shit sucks. It turns into a slush, and then everything underneath is just pure ice. I know, out this way, we had something happen back in 2008, I believe it was. And I remember ice accumulated everywhere, like thick ice. And I remember it brought everything to a halt. It stopped everything, broke branches, tore up power lines, power outages. It was awful. We had something similar to that happen not too long ago, but it wasn't near as bad. But then we had snow probably about a few years back. I think we actually had a pretty decent snow a few years back. We normally don't get that. Oh yeah, Merry Christmas. Yeah, buddy. You know, Santa Claus, he's the real one. He gets all the ho-ho-hos at the club. I've been working on dad jokes. I'm getting there. Oh. tell you, dude, my son is 2 years old, man. He's got right now, they call it walking pneumonia. Oh my God. We've been keeping a close eye. He's been scaring us left and right, dude. We almost went to the hospital last night. But he'd take turns. He'd get up. He'd cry, you know, and it's like a, you know, they have a different cry. You know, you just know it's wrong, you know. And we'd swap back and forth. And he liked to be propped up. Because if you lay him flat, that's when he has the problems. So he'd sleep on me, and then he'd sleep on my wife. Just went back and forth with him, kept him comfortable. But he started sweating last night, so I think it's like some of the fever's starting to break. We've been back and forth on medicine. You know. I know when I get out of here today, I'm going to go to the store before, you know, all the mess starts, you know. As far as, you know, holiday shoppers and all that, last seconders. I'm going to try to get some medicine, you know, try to stock up. That way, because I remember last Christmas, dude, he got real sick. He got a fever and everything, and we ended up having to go to the hospital because it actually got to a certain point to where I was like, yeah, no, I want to risk it. Hot today. Yeah, it's a little warmer today. But it's supposed to drop throughout the day. It started out at 41. I was actually surprised when I woke up this morning. Walked outside. I was like, damn, it's not frigid. So yeah, that was nice. But it is supposed to get down into 30s today. And I think right at the end of the day, it's supposed to drop below freezing. Oh, hot toddy. Oh, I thought you said hot today. My bad, buddy. I misread that. Yeah, hot toddy. Yeah, we used to get those. They got we've been giving them Tylenol and Motrin. You know, the liquid, you know. Boy, he done got to where he don't take medicine, man. He don't like it. He used to take it no problem, but man, now he just, I guess he hit that age of just, he don't want it. Yeah, but he don't want it. So it's kind of a fight every time you gotta try to give him medicine. We already took him to his doctor, and that's what they told he had, which they gave him a round of antibiotics. We gave that to him first, and now he's got the fever coming in, so we started doing our, you know, those two medicines for the fever. But the main thing is he's got a bunch of stuff he's coughing up, you know. It's rough right now. But she's taking him back to the doctor today, just to make sure, you know, before the weekend hits. Yeah, I know, man. That would be nice. Because they'd definitely eat that. I mean, at the same time, the Tylenol and the Motrin, it's not nasty, it's sweet. He used to like it, that's what I'm saying. You know, they make it super sweet, so they you know, like it. But shit, he just got to where he don't want nothing. He don't want it squirted into his mouth. The syringe they give you, man, he does not like it. Like after it goes in, he's like, he likes it, you know. But it's like, you know, the fight to get to that point. You know, even after he tastes it, you know, he still don't want the syringe back in his mouth. They probably do, though. I'm gonna check next time I'm in that aisle, which I'm gonna be in there this evening. Yeah, I'll look around. I'll see if I can find some gummies or something like that. That'd be a lot better. But every time I don't think so though, because every time I'm over there looking for the for that, like Tylenol and Motrin, it's always in the liquid form. I'll double check though. I'll see. Somebody needs to jump on that. They'd make bukus of money. give all kinds of parents relief because it could be a battle. He's normally he normally don't really get sick much. I mean, I know a lot of people that get kids, they have kids, they just stay sick. But yeah, he normally don't get sick. Of course, he plays outside, plays in the dirt, all that good stuff. Now we don't want him to play in the super cold though. I think that's honestly what did it that one day. He got outside in that cold. We had him bundled up, but I think it was just the cold in general. When we went to the Christmas parade, it was just too cold. We ended up having to turn around and come back. We went up the steps, got up onto the square, and the wind would cut you in two. It was 20-something degrees. I had him wrapped up in all the layers plus blankets, and then I turned around and opened my jacket up and wrapped him in, coming back to the car. It was just that frigid. I think it was like 20 with a bunch of wind. Car. What is that? It's 2 doors, whatever it is, I think. No, that's 4 door. Yeah, it's a 4 door. For a split second, it almost looked like a Camaro, but it wasn't. When he had it the other way. To start crushing. Yeah, see, we got one of them Vicks Vapor humidifiers. We got those. We've been running it. Yeah, some Vicks Vapor Rub, dude. Yeah, that shit worked too. It's like the second you slap it on your chest, man. It's like you breathe it in. It's like whoa. Yeah, it clears you up. Yeah. Because now they got it to where you slip those little things into the humidifier and it disperses it out in the room. It works. I mean, that works pretty decent. But nothing works like that Vicks Vapor Rub. Shit. I gotta grab some of that. Yeah, I'd forgotten all about that stuff. She actually put it in the humidifier? Oh, check that shit out. Huh. Shit, I'm gonna try that then. Oh, here. Plate's coming off. I just gotta get that welder. I just send that guy out here. That welder. We got one on the back of this truck. Oh yeah. Yeah. 9 times out of 10, they only stick normally four per vehicle. Because I mean, that's about what you'd get if you crunched it whole anyways. But yeah, that's one way to do it. But like I said, whenever they shred them up there, all the raw material gets sent elsewhere into their own piles and they sell it. They sell it. Don't let them lie to you. They sell it. They just like to get it free. Yeah, normally there's a limit. I think you can get away with 6, but 9 times out of 10 it's just 4. Yep. I know there for a minute Memphis, really tires ain't too bad of a problem around here, because there for a minute Memphis was buying them back $1 a tire. Everybody was selling them. People were going out and cleaning up ditches with tires. No kidding. Ditches filled with tires. They'd run out there and clean them up because they were $1 a tire. They did that for a little bit. You had to be a Memphis resident. I do remember that though. Oh, yeah. Yeah, at least here they get recycled, you know. That's right where these bales go. Straight to the shredder. They all get shredded out and put in different places. Of course, they get the metal out of them. Yeah. So I drink groundwater. You got to run it through so mine is high in calcium, so I had to run it through one of them. It's like a tote, you know. You run the water through it. It's got the little rocks in it, you know. It's supposed to draw out the calcium and shit. And there's that. Every time I check my well, though, it's clear. It ain't got no high chemical concentration. Oh, really? Shit. Y'all got city water or well water? You're really supposed to knock all that stuff out before it makes it to you. which gets fined all the time for the bad stuff in the water. So they raise the base cost to address the problem, but never address it. Yeah, good luck with government when it comes to that. We need more money to solve a problem we're causing. Probably. I know they asked me if I wanted to get my hazmat endorsement, if I want to start training on that. I said no, because at least here, I don't know, it's probably across the board though. Once you get your hazmat license, if you ever have an accident, even if you're not at fault, I remember this being in the fine print. If it's not your fault, regardless, the company gets fined up to $750,000, and the driver gets fined up to $75,000. Yeah, I think I'll pass on that. I'm not at fault of the accident. I don't know about all that. I imagine that's probably part of the chemicals in the water problem. Out here, they're supposed to collect all the fluids, but I've seen a couple of yards not do it. It's like this yard here. Sometimes we get some that slip through that still have shit in them. You always pretty much expect a little bit to be knocked out or left in behind, but you're really supposed to get it all out as best you can. I had to buy a water filter right before it went to my hot water heater, and one on the fridge. The fridge has one in it. The one that goes to the cold water side that comes into the house. I don't know what I'm thinking. Anyhow, I did one on the cold water side, and I also did one just before the hot water heater, just to make double sure, because those things do kind of be expensive. And yeah, because the last one I had filled completely up with lime. I ended up putting that toad outside with that lime scrubber deal. It's got all them little rocks in it. Don't get me lying. I've pulled the well, I've replaced the pump, I've done stuff like that. How the other stuff works, don't get me lying. But I did run a filter for my water heater before I had that, and that's the only way I was able to keep a water heater. It'd fill it up in no time. I used to have a tankless water heater and it killed that. I know over here where they have the cars, where they're supposed to go through, they got all the collection tanks inside the building, and on the ground they got it's like a grate that goes back to a collection point, over there. You can see the grate that goes to it from the top right before you walk out here. It's like right there next to the building over there. But there's like a little gutter drain that runs all the way around the edge of that building right there. They drive over the front half. But they'll take, and after they're done, anything that gets spilled on the ground gets pushed off into that, and it goes over there and gets collected into the tank. I'm over here pointing at it. I'll be showing you. Yeah, runs around the perimeter right where those two front end loaders are pulled in at. It's like a little grate that runs all the way around it. And the main grate where they empty it is right over here, like right between where that building and the lean-to is. got 2 lights. Thank you for that light. Like investing into stock? Hell yeah. So, my neighbor's son, if I remember right, he was telling me, he's old, we're all kind of old school, but he's really old school. He says, my son was on a computer. He says, he just watches these numbers all day long. He stopped. And he said, he bought that truck out there doing that. He makes a living right there in that room. I'm like, hell yeah, good on him. He says he watches it. He says he has to stay on top of it all day. That's what he does. So he's been doing it since he was pretty young. Since he was at least 17, I think he said. Hey, Christmas. How you been, man? our last day until after the 1st. Might be a little bit after the 1st, I don't know. We might be coming back here to load trucks. Time in a row, so you got a little run. Okay. So, yeah. I imagine 30, you was 30 years at Toyota, right? Yeah. Does that come in handy? And we wish we could all go back and invest in Google and Facebook and all that. Don't have to be doing any of this. Kicked back relaxing all day, every day. Nah, I'd have to still be doing something though. I'd probably take about 3 months. Just 3 months of just not doing anything, and then turn around probably after that start a business, all that good stuff, you know, keep the money rolling in. Could turn back time, I'd invest into Google. I'd be so filthy rich. Elon Musk would have to pay me to come in with the Google. Not that rich, but pretty rich. Probably not rich as Dr. Man out there, but rich. every month was buying it at 400 then. Now it's 20. Oh, yeah, dude. He was playing the long game, man. He was smart about it. That's like my boss, man, when he started doing converters, man, platinum. It wasn't really thought of. Everybody scrapped and just didn't care about converters, man. And then all of a sudden, like, he started going out to yards. And he said he'd pay like anywhere from $100 to $200 a car. And scrapyards were like, for the exhaust? Okay, shit. You know, that's $100, $200 extra in exhaust. And when he get the converters, man, oh, they were worth a lot more than anybody ever would have. The raw material, you know. And he's making hand over fist, I mean. Yeah. See, that's kind of how it is here, you know, because we might go a month, might be a month and a half before we start doing this again, you know. The whole job here is price dependent, you know, because scrapyards won't move if the price is too low, you know, and that's the scrap metal price. They'll wait until the price comes up. Otherwise, you're having to do something like this where you're just crushing and storing, waiting for the price to come up. Price is up, that's when it rolls out here, dude. We'll see. That's some extra skin. Bad thing. Draw unemployment. What I do near the time, so this company has two companies in one. So I'll go during that time, still under the same company name, and work on the other side, the other half of the company, mechanicking and doing shit like that, buying converters. You know, like I said, it's not this all the time. It does vary up every now and then, but it's only like a month and a half at the most when you have to do that. But yeah, it's two companies in one. Nah, that's gonna be a problem right there. As soon as I get this thing crushed up, that's gonna be a problem. See how the little lip sticks up? It's hell trying to stay. Although that would be nice. That would be nice to draw employment on the downtime, but I stay busy. Not to mention I do tractor work on the side too, you know. So as I'm doing the other, if some tractor work comes up, that's for me personally. So I cut fields, I do dirt work. Stuff like that. Now that slows down in the wintertime though, but you know, it is what it is. Those jackets must kind of have to come off. sun's shining, it actually heats up inside this cave. Man, I want to put some new seals in this door. This thing is leaking some air in. Now it's getting cold on my arm. Suck it up, Buttercup. Let's see how it does. Let's stick it up on the end. I'm already 3 high. I only go one more layer after this. Really, I'm just going to stick them out in the middle. Kind of lock everything in. Oh, yeah. That'd be a good one. That would be a good one. Remember that one that was a meme? Golly, it was a bunch of gamers or something, or streamers. I think it was a bunch of streamers that got on there, and it was some meme or something like that. They got like filthy rich off of it, like overnight. And all the millionaires on there were like crying up and down, jumping up and down, saying, "No, that's not fair." I can't remember what it was exactly, but it was something like that. Can't remember what they called it. Yeah, that would have been a good investment there. I think it was yeah, it was GameStop, man, it was. Now I remember it, yeah. Yep. I remember all them millionaires getting on there and crying on the views. about it. They, if I, like I said, I'm not much on investment or something. From the gist of it that I think I got from it was they basically used the same tactics the millionaires have been using against the millionaires, and they bought it, and then they all pulled out at the same time. It was something like that. I don't know. They passed laws after it. I know that much. Go figure. Yeah, I bet they did. Yeah. It's a big club and you ain't in it. I remember that. Yeah. Big club and you ain't in it. Oh shit, that's a nice looking number. Man, just came in, fresh off the truck. Nice looking number. It's got LED lights on it, like on the front, pod lights. What's wrong with that? I bet you the other side has to be caved in. Even he's looking at it like, there you go. Oh shit. Back to our regular schedule. Okay. Yeah, probably. Yeah. Yeah. He's limping. Oh, so I know him. I know this company. Yeah, I know. They're out of they're all the way out of Dyersburg. Oh shit, he's pissing. Figured I won't live stream some pissing. You're gonna see that it's just his face, but I mean, you know, awkward and whatnot, don't you know? Yeah, probably. It does look clean on the outside though. Yeah. I think there's a lot of yards around here that does that. I know there's one we buy like converters from. They literally get in wrecked cars. They'll do that very same thing, but it's everything. They turn them around pretty quick. They'll take like a Nissan. I remember one time they had a Nissan Altima in there. Exact same car like what I got, what I had. Motor was all cocked sideways. Like it was a fairly bad accident. They ended up patching that thing back up, getting it all straightened back out, got the motor all straight, got all new parts in it, and painted it. You couldn't even tell it ever happened. Now how it drove, don't give me the line. I couldn't tell you. I imagine something would be off. But they line them back up and everything, so I guess not off too bad. I remember between the two times we went there, and it was about a week's time in between. They'd have it so far each time, and I think it took about 3 weeks from whenever I first saw it, when it was all rigged up and mashed up, to being running, driving, ready to roll. I was rolling on something that was that bad. Yeah, I know. See, that's the part I didn't see, so I don't know. It all looks straight, but let's hope they did it right. Yeah. Yeah, I know. I do know this with cracks in the frame, and like on this, if you ever get a crack, you can't just weld it up. It'll spider out. You have to drill the holes at each end of the crack before you weld it up. So I know that much about it. I ain't no master welder or nothing. I got a stick welder. I'm pretty decent with stick, but I ain't no pro or no professional. Although my barely welded rat wagon is still holding together. Holy shit. Damn. Oh no, yeah, no. Yeah, the Frankenstein Camaro. Damn, that's crazy they could actually do that though. Damn. Huh. Dude, somebody was selling a 4 lifted up, fairly decent sized tires. I think it was like 33s. It was a Cadillac, like a 70s, like a late 70s Cadillac, 2-door. Run and drove and everything. Well, hell, I read it the same though. Hell, I still read it the same. Oh man, it'd be alright. Typos are allowed. Here we go. Yeah, I seen it. It's nice, ain't it? Yeah. Yeah, he saw it too. He's like, oh shit, everybody's looking at it. It's clean. Camera probably does no justice, but the in person, it's pretty clean looking. The other side has to be smashed. There's gonna be a reason. Probably got blood all on the inside. It's probably something. See how it pauses and delays, it goes real slow as you're lifting the arm up? Takes you a second. It's like last second it goes like this. Get out the way. Hate this truck. Damn. That one feels pretty good. Let me see if I can read that real good. Let's see here. Paint his truck. That's all I knew I was doing. Stuck me in a shop and started buying totals. I'll be down. That all worked. It's funny how life carries you like that though, ain't it? You might have an idea of what you're going to do, but it always carries you somewhere else. You never know what you're going to be doing. Just kind of roll with it, I guess. those opportunities hit you like that. Oh, I bet. Hey, there's one that's notoriously bad. So I'll give you a little story right here. This happened 100%. So this is back when I was making like bukus of money. I had a 2018 Chevy Silverado 1500. It was a Z71, and at the dealership, now this is back, you know, like I said, 2018, trucks were high, but they weren't like ridiculously high like what they were now. But this truck completely loaded out with a, they took it to rough country and put a lift kit. They put all this, I mean, they did some awesome work, awesome wheels on it. Off-road tires, the whole nine, right? Brand new showroom floor, 60 grand, or like, I think by the time it's all said and done, 60 grand. Anyhow, I was making payments on that, and heading to work one morning, got sideswiped. I'm talking, like the truck didn't have 10,000 miles on it. I had already put front and rear steel, you know, those rough country bumpers with a rough country, I'm gonna call it a headache rack. It was like that, but anyhow, had all that on it. It was a real sharp truck. But, I got it on out but, got sideswiped. Should have totaled the truck, but not a single airbag went off. That was a weird thing. But, no, a single airbag went off, but they should have totaled the truck. It tore it up pretty bad. They ended up cutting the whole side of that truck out and replacing it. By the time it was all said and done, it was, $29,000 worth of damage. Anyhow, which they do by percentage, I guess, and they didn't meet that percentage, so they just tried to fix it. It was never right after that. But the body shop, so let me tell you what they did. I caught my truck out in public one day. They've been driving it. See, what they didn't know was I took a picture of my mileage, you know, because I was taking a picture of the dash, you know, showing whenever I got into the accident. And, so I went back to my pictures, I looked at the mileage, I had, you know, that was on the truck whenever I went to go pick it up. Because I caught it, I started following it around in public. They were out joyriding my shit, dude. I was still making payments on it, still had the, you know, all that, you know, the insurance and all that I was having to pay on it. And my truck went from 10,800 and some odd miles all the way up to like 11,400 miles. Like, they were taking the shit home, come to find out. They were taking the... Whenever I pulled it behind my truck, I was sitting there, I was in an old 92 K1500 Chevy. They didn't know it was me. Anyhow, I'm just kind of staying at the distance, following around town. They're goosing it. They're, you know, just having the time of their lives in it. They go up to the school. Dude picks up his daughter from school in my fucking truck, and then turns around, pulls all the way back up. By the time we make it all the way back, they went to the drive-thrus, everything. Made it back to the shop, because what they didn't know was the guy at the shop, they called him Cricket. He called me in saying my truck was ready. He didn't know his workers were out joyriding my shit. Probably should have made sure of that. But anyhow, I followed him back to the shop. The guy gets out, his daughter gets out, they're getting all their food out and shit like that, you know. And he's like checking like, yo, I want to make sure it was right for you, this and that. I was like, bullshit. I checked the mileage, dude. It was like they put a lot of miles on that damn thing. I was mad, dude. I was livid. But in the end, they said, which I ended up selling the truck. I probably shouldn't have, but it just wasn't right, dude. It leaked air. It had all kinds of shit. Like, when I say leaked air, like when you're driving down the highway, it roars on the inside. But, it was just, it never drove right or nothing. But, anyhow, they did say that if anything was to happen to the drivetrain, they would cover it. No questions asked. So I at least had that peace of mind. I drove it for, I mean, shit, a few years after that. Still wasn't right. I never trusted them after that. It's like they wanted me to get my Camaro in there at one point to fix the door on it. I said, no, I'm going to go with somebody else. I went with like a collision place, and they helped me out. But yeah, I don't recommend nobody going to that one if you're in Tennessee. Half the town. Oh yeah, we got a few of those out here. Yeah. See, I wouldn't mind if they were doing it, but going from 10,800 and some odd miles all the way up to 11,400 miles. That's a lot of miles to be putting on somebody else's shit, you know. And they were out joyriding, goosing it, shit like that, because the truck was, I mean, it was a custom type truck, you know. It had Magnaflows on it, catback system. I mean, it sounded good the whole night. They were out joyriding my shit. Yeah. But yeah, no, we got a guy around here who owns half the town, and I swear, dude, he is about arrogant as all get out. I met him a few times. Just one thing I never understood: how people can get so damn arrogant. The hell happened in your life that made you that way, you know? I try to be cool with everybody I come across. Oh, see a third light. Thank you. The phone screen's kind of dim. I'm trying not to read it. So it, I'll just point at that. So yeah, it's kind of hard to see, so I have to squint when I'm reading messages. Corvette, yeah, that is. Yeah. Yeah, I can understand that, but this truck was a 2018. Running wise, it wasn't nothing as far as running. It's still running, like everything still functioned, you know, after the accident. Just the whole side of the truck was caved in. It did knock the rear axle out, but even then, you know, a short little drive could tell you if there's anything wrong with that. But to be driving my shit around, going, because from what they fessed up to, they went all the way out to Jackson and shit, dude, several times. It's some bullshit, you know. I was driving my shit, and there's no telling how many times they dogged the motor, you know, because if it ain't yours, you know, they probably dogged the shit out of it, because it sounded good. Like I said, it just sounded good. I mean, just when I saw them doing it in town, I mean, that was enough for me to say, I mean, damn, I won't even drive my truck that rough. higher than 4. If anything, if I do 5, it'll be in the middle. I like to do the 4, you know, like when I stack up the 4 in the middle to lock everything in. Because you don't want nails falling over, because as you're loading trucks, they move, you know. And it's just, it gets a little bit too sketchy. Air leaks, water leaks are a pain, yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, after that, man, I kind of said, fuck it. I don't do new vehicles anymore. I like to keep them right where I can work on them. Which, I mean, don't get me wrong, the 2018 Chevy, it's a 5.3, you know, 5.3s are easy. I was, before the warranty run out, you know, I was really wanting to, you know, delete the whole flex fuel BS, you know, where it drops down to 4 cylinders, because that shit right there just destroys, I mean, destroys a cam. But anyhow, I was wanting to get rid of that BS, like mechanically remove it, you know, not just code it out. But other than that, though, yeah, it was good as far as maintenance goes. But yeah, what I got now, yeah, it's all mechanical. It's a one-wire cat. I mean, shit, you know, it don't get no simpler than that. All mechanical pump and everything. Stuff I feel right at home with. It's a 98 model too, you know, which me personally, I like the body style anyways. C7500, but I do want to find a dually bed. That is the only thing I want to do. I want to slide the frame, I want to slide the axles forward, shorten the drive shaft, shorten the hydraulic brake lines, of course the wiring, and I want it, when I go to bring it up, I need to measure the wheelbase on the bed and everything. That way it fits perfect, it's got the right gap and everything behind the cab, and that way it all looks right, you know, it looks almost factory. But it'll be a 7500 with a dually bed with a 22.5 semi wheels on it. That's what it's got right now. 2010 Tacoma, 47,000 miles in the garage, 84 F-150, my daily. I hear you. Yep, I hear you, dude. Sometimes it's best just to stay with the simple stuff. It'll last. Because if you notice, all these cars I'm crushing, look at the years. I can kind of tell you what to avoid. Oh man, because a lot of these come in. I mean, like I said, yeah, there are some wrecks. Don't get me wrong, but there are a lot of them that there ain't nothing wrong with the body. They'll bring them in, and there'll be something wrong with the motor. Transmission go out, and with as cheap as the car is now, you know, it don't make sense to replace it. People normally just go out and buy something new. They'll junk the old and buy something new. Although a Tacoma, that'll last. Tacomas are good trucks. Wasn't it a Tacoma they used on Top Gear when they tried to kill it? What, a Tacoma? It was a, yeah, it was a Tacoma. I don't want to talk about it. If I don't want to talk about it, I already know it. I hear it already. I don't want to talk about it. Ain't gonna talk about it. Y'all didn't just see that. ready to rebrand something. I mean, maybe if you put all the interior and all the same trim package, I guess at that point it wouldn't be dirty, but yeah, it would be dirty if you're just rebranding it. Because we couldn't put nothing behind us. He put the cars behind me so I can grab them, because it's kind of like a choke point you had to walk through, track of it. So I was staging cars up on top of the pile. I'd put 2 cars on top of the pile, he'd have 2 back here. He didn't have to go far on that. Wild West in the 20s. Oh, in the 80s. Sorry, where I get 20s from? Shit. I can't see for shit. Oh, yeah. You can get away with shit, yeah. I know my father used to tell me, he said one of the ways people would get you, he said he done a lot of motor and transmission swaps. He said people used to take snuff, real fine snuff, stick it down the dipstick tube of a transmission, and it would get you about another 100 to 150 miles. Long enough to get them going and off the lot. He says that he had to replace a lot of transmissions over that. People would come to him because they run a shop over here in Memphis. There for a minute. He said there was a bad car dealership here in Memphis that would do that all the time. Used cars, he says that you drop that transmission pan, you'd smell the stuff. Back whenever Elvis and all them was here. They grew up before he was even famous. My aunt used to feed his horses. Hell, Tommy, when Priscilla was giving birth, going to the hospital, they was riding the elevator up. My Uncle Tommy was in the elevator. He used to shine shoes. He asked Elvis, I can't remember if this was right when he was getting famous, but he asked me, you want to sign my shoes? You'll get shine your shoes, and he had like a $10 bill or something like that. Which $10 then was a lot of money. That was a lot of money back then, dude. I remember he used to tell me stories, man, how they had this corner mart, and his friend would get an allowance of like $5 on the weekend. He said that $5 would feed all of us, dude. We go out there and get all kinds of candy, and they get you a burger and drink and all that, man. Fries. It was a different time back then, dude. Kind of jealous you got to grow up in the best part of it. Lots of bin tags. Yeah, I bet. Shit, dude. I'm telling you, man. Sometimes they can be bad. It's hard finding honest people nowadays. It really is hard. a bottle. And penny candy. Yep. Yeah, my father grew up in the best generation, man, really. They got to enjoy all the awesome muscle cars. Which, I mean, now, don't get me wrong. There are some powerful cars now. But try to race now. Back then, you know, he told me stories, man, all the time, dude. Where over here, where he lived over here, Ripley, they used to have an overpass right there. Well, they still do. And he said we'd all get up under there. It'd be everybody, just the whole town would come out and watch them drag race. And he had a Chevelle, a '67 Chevelle Super Sport with a 327 4-speed and a 308 rear gear. And used to pull away from everybody. They'd always get him off the line, but he'd always get him before the finish line. But he says that the state troopers used to get up there on the bridge, and then they would, you know, scan with their radar guns, and then they'd show everybody what their speed was. He said everybody was just cool like that back then. And nowadays, it's just, like, golly, that you can catch a felony quick now. Try to fight somebody nowadays. Look at all the legal bullshit you gotta go through afterwards. If somebody's a pussy and calls. Oh, excuse my language, sorry. Can't even just have a fight no more, you know? Even in schools, dude, you know, normally, I mean, you know, fights happen in school regardless of what anybody thinks. You know, it just happens. Now you can get in serious legal trouble getting into a fight in school. That's some total bullshit. Instead of getting humbled and learning lessons and whatnot and getting stronger, no, hell no. You get fucking fined, sued, and shit like that. Those days are long gone. Brake hose. Let me find out what brand that is. Let's see. There would just make you pour it out. Yeah, that's right. Yep. Now, I mean, golly, you can have too dark a tint and they'll get you. I'll tell you, the worst thing to come across out here is a state trooper, especially in Tennessee. Holy shit. Arkansas and Tennessee, they are awful, man. You get pulled over by a state trooper in one of these two states, it's almost guaranteed a ticket. You might rarely find that cool, but that's rare. So we got a new one rolling around. He's still wet behind the ears, man. And he's pulling everybody over for anything. Like, he nitpicks. Even on holidays. You know, most troopers, you know, or most seasoned officers would know better, you know, than on a holiday. You know, they'll pull you over and shit. Now, unless you was doing something super stupid, but at least they would know, you know, like, hey, you know, this would be kind of a day to kind of like, dude, chill out. Yeah, hey, you fucked up, but it's a holiday. I'll let you slide. Not this guy. He'll ticket you for anything. Oh yeah. I know Arkansas, man. Now, Arkansas, they'll chase you until, I mean, they will chase you until they crash their very own cars, dude. They get stupid in the chase. There is a guy that likes messing with them, though. If you ever check it out on YouTube, there's Camaro. He comes right over here to Memphis. This is how he gets away every time. He'll go over there, pick on their state troopers, but he'll fly like, golly, he'll go so fast getting away, you know, on the interstate, because it's all straight anyways. And he'll get away, make it all the way back over here. And when he crosses the bridge, he throws on his flashers as like a FU to the state trooper. Dangerous, I don't condone it, but you have to give the guy, you know, points for at least thanking the guy for a good chase. You know that trooper loved it too. You know, hey, they got his adrenaline pumping. Yeah, Arkansas is not something to play with, dude. You better have a ridiculously fast car or motorcycle. They will chase crotch rockets left and right, dude. I've seen them go after a crotch rocket. Like, there's not a prayer chance in hell they're going to get them, but still, they will go after them. They will do everything they can to try to get them. But yeah, there's a red, it's like a, I don't know if it's red or it's like a wine color type Camaro. It's like a, I do know it's around a 2010-ish model, maybe a 2011-ish model. If somebody rumored, I don't think so, I doubt it, because the guy gets going pretty quick. But somebody rumored it was a V6 Camaro, but I highly doubt it. I saw that in the comments, I was like, nah, there's no way. There's no way a V6 is doing all that. I mean, well, maybe, I mean, I don't know, it's probably a different kind of V6, I don't know. I saw, man, when he hit the Memphis Bridge over here, he threw his flashers on to the trooper because he knew he had to turn around. I was like, well, at least he's got class. Oh shit. My mind is everywhere else but on this. too many Mississippi state troopers, but I know their skills are pretty bad. At least from a truck driving perspective. They'll set up roadside skills. They'll pull you all throughout neighborhoods, weighing up your trailers. No, not here. I don't, unfortunately. Yep, not here. Company's starting to get a little bigger though, so it wouldn't hurt. Let's hope they start adding that stuff. I'd like to have a decent insurance that I'm not having to pay for, you know. Yeah, like paying if you get like company insurance, it's a lot cheaper. I thought I was hearing something. He's got the radio blaring in that loader. Like, what the hell is that? Yep. Yeah, it's really hard to find anybody to work anymore, man. I'm not even kidding about that. Well, I mean, everybody knows. It's kind of hard to find people to work. But at the same time, I do understand it now. You know? In a way. A lot of these places, man, you know what's weird coming from a ground guy to doing this? I make more doing this than I ever did on the ground. And I did far harder work on the ground. So, I mean, I can kind of see it in a way, but yeah. At the same time, at least I work. It's not like I didn't operate machinery in between, you know. Anywhere from tracos to skid steers to loaders. I mean, turn around, end up back on the ground. Doing anything and everything. The bad part was I was still getting ground pay when I was having to operate that machinery. But yeah, now I'm in a better position. I got offered this full time, and I was like, I'll take it in a New York heartbeat. It ain't pretty, it ain't perfect, but it's definitely a foot in the door to doing this full time 100% of the time. One day, I mean, it just depends. Like I said, this might get way better. Maybe one day I might be in something else. I don't know. We'll see where life carries me. See what opportunities come up. they started at $26 with benefits, I wouldn't be complaining. $26, shit. That's good money right there, dude. Which, then again, your cost of living up there might be a little higher, though. But, I mean, from the sounds of it, that's pretty damn good, you know? At least from my viewpoint down here. It always comes down to that cost of living. That's like in California when people hear, oh my God, they make all this money. But Rory will tell you, you know, the darn rent down there is ridiculously high. What I'm talking about when I say I barely got paid doing groundwork, I'm talking like $8 up to $10. If you got a good one, a decent, you know, raise, it'd be $11 an hour. Like, I'm talking ridiculously low money for some hard ass work. And yet I'm doing this. I'm sitting here calm, you know, just twiddling stick. Yeah, I service the machine, but that's fine. You know, that's, you know, normal shit. I ain't nothing complicated. I mean, yeah, I'll fix something every now and then, but one thing I won't do is mess with this electrical here. I do not want to be blamed for that. But I make way more. That's what's so weird about it. Like, I'm able to do stuff now, you know, again. See, back when I made money, back before I got in that accident, you know, I was able to do stuff then too, but you know, then it got there for the longest time in between that to now. Like, I'm talking, it got pretty bad. Every year I had to fight to get the taxes up for that house I have, and insurance, because the second I don't have insurance, something will happen. But and that's about anywhere from, because it went up a little bit, I think it went from like $3,800 a year between the two up to $4,100, I think, $100 that I have to scramble to make up and then kiss it goodbye. You know, you don't really own your home anymore, you know. Hadn't really since the 60s. You know, after they passed that bill, one bill that was supposed to be temporary ended up being forever. Ain't that how it is in government? Nothing's temporary. Yeah. But you know, between taxes and insurance, it was killing me, dude. I blew through all the savings I had and everything trying to keep that up. Making, you know, working oddball jobs, because jobs got kind of scarce. I was working back in, now when COVID happened, see, that's back when I was truck driving and mechanicing. Now I was working death during that. Like, I'm talking 80 to 84 hours a week. You know, that, you know, yeah, I stayed busy during that, but then it slowed back down and everything was getting kind of back to normal, you know, ish. And, yeah, finding good jobs, it was hard to do. Now they want college degrees and all this extra BS just to even hire on to do something that you know for a fact is not complicated at all. They make them sound really good, you know, but, you know, the people who have them qualifications will make it in there before you ever will. No matter what your skill level's at. I remember one time I saw a job listing. I was getting into it too. I was reading it and everything. And the way they had it all worded out here, it was like it sounded real technical and real, you know, awesome and everything. It was talking about requirements weren't that, you know, you didn't have to, it didn't require nothing but a license and like a CDL and shit like that. I was like, why a CDL? Dude, by the time it was all said and done, because they didn't put the company logo or the header at the top, as I'm reading all the way down to the bottom, it was a Pizza Hut driver, dude, driving a Pizza Hut, you know, delivering pizza. Wasn't even truck driving. I don't even know why they said CDL. I figured maybe truck driving. No, hell no. It was a damn Pizza Hut driver. Got down to, because they, you know, sometimes on Indeed they stick the pay at the very bottom. You got to read through all the junk before you make it to the pay. Yeah. No. like to just, but they don't want you to meet in person no more. You can't just meet and shake a hand or talk or discuss anything. You got to do it all online now. And the problem is, you do it online, you get stuck into a pool. You get stuck into a pool, you never get a phone call. I remember that one time I put out, I'm talking a shit ton of applications. I think only one got back to me. That was O'Reilly's. And that's only because I knew somebody in there. So they kind of made it happen. They went in the system and kind of helped me out a little bit. You got Davis H. Elliott company down there? No, I hadn't heard of them. Probably look it up though and see if they're nearby. They a good company? Now, they got a Ford plant they were supposed to open up over here in Brownsville, I believe. A massive plant, you know, those going to do the electric trucks. It's a massive plant. I'll save that for hard times right here. I think if I keep doing this, build up time doing this, I could probably go and get another job along the same lines. Probably make a good, like that the guy offered you $45 an hour, that'd be nice. That would be the break right there, it would be that. Dependable ones. Yeah, I hear you, dude. Yeah. Yeah. They operate machinery and all that good stuff, so that sounds good. I might have to run and get an operator's license on that one, though. Being it's government, you know, or they do government type contracts, so they're going to want an operator's license. I could run out and get that, though. Ain't no big deal. Oh, pole swingers. All right, that's what we call them around here, pole swingers. They make good money now. Around here, they make north of $45 to $50 an hour. And on their downtime, so that's what's so awesome about that job. But you gotta be lucky to get that around here. Shit, they sit in recliners all day. I'm talking, they got it good because they go out and do preventative maintenance. Like they'll have, you know, like busy weeks, but normally they're just on call for when stuff goes wrong. But yeah, I got a buddy that works there right now. We used to work together whenever before he went and did that, and I went to O'Reilly's because I had to have the insurance. Oh yeah, oh I bet. I bet. They got a big tree deal, like tree service deal going on around here. I've never seen so many trucks. They're cleaning up all the side of the road, you know, all the where the power lines are. They're cutting back all the bush and trimming all the trees, you know, off the top sides and everything, getting it all cleared away from the lines. It's a massive operation. There's one lot we passed they've been borrowing, you know, to park their trucks. dude, they'll fill it up with all the employees' vehicles, and then they'll hop in them trucks and they'll run out, man. It's like, shit, 30 trucks. They're like doing all the highways around here, all in one go. And then they move on to the next, I guess. Had a big job fair here last summer, yeah. That sounds good, dude. That sounds good. I got an idea of somebody I was checking out, you know, before this. I'm thinking about it. Like I said, I think I'm just going to try to stick with this as long as I can. Like I said, the company's growing, so I mean, it, you know, might get way better. I might just stay with this. But if not, you know, maybe I can use this to actually get on to another operating job. Oh yeah, there's a big place, man. So what was crazy was I watched this company explode. I watched them explode. They went from a few guys in a truck to absolutely owning everything. They not only do all the construction around these parts, they do all the highways. They pave now and everything, dude. They do all. They have so many locations now, and it all happened within the last 5 or 6 years. It went from a few guys in a truck to that in like 5 or 6 years. You were talking about dedicated right there, dude. They exploded. They got all brand new machinery and everything. I might go with them. Yeah, they got any operator positions open? I damn sure might go with them, but they might stick me back on the ground first. You gotta work your way up, though. Yeah, dude, they do everything, man. And like I said, dude, I remember back when they were their humble beginnings. They a little town of they started off in a little town called Gates, and it was just like a little truck. You'd see them running around, you know, knocking on doors and everything, and getting little jobs here and there. And then it just grew from that, and it got bigger and bigger, man. And it just, when I say they got everything, they are all the way up here in Memphis. They're all in Union City. They're all out east, man. They are everywhere. They paved all of 51 pretty much, all the way from Dyersburg all the way up to almost Memphis. Same crew, same company, and they were fast at it too. Like, that's the fastest I've ever seen a pavement go, you know, hit the ground. Yeah, they were quick. You had to admire them in a way. It takes all of them doing it, you know. It's like everybody that works in that company is kind of on the same page, you know. It's really a phenomenon going on. It's a rare occurrence. And I think that's the only reason it exploded like it did. I'm not saying that's the only reason. I mean, there's a lot of reasons, but yeah. Oh man, yeah, oh dude, he broke his hip. Jesus. It's a bad one, dude. Yeah, they kind of sit out to the side on them pavers. At least he didn't go inside of it. Which, I mean, yeah, he's sticking off the back of it. It's still hot as hell back there, though. Yeah, that wouldn't be no fun. I'm glad he's getting back to it, though, man. Golly. That recovery was absolute hell. Yeah, buddy, I bet that recovery was slow. it happens like that out here, dude. It's like this platform I walk up every day. Sometimes I have the, sometimes I point this off in a different direction, for a reason, for like when I'm greasing the back of this thing. It's a decent fall from up here. Because there's one grease point you have to kind of climb to get to, and yeah, it can happen. Hell, I fell out the back of a semi-trailer one time. Landed all in some damn aluminum. I bet from now on he kicks that cooler. He's probably like, screw this cooler. Heavy axle there. Oh, it looks like it came loose though. That's a good thing. Turn it sideways and crush it. See, really, if you can get them axles broke loose like that, it's the best. But you don't really like breaking them loose, and I understand why, because the leaf springs, they'll fly. You got something that big flying at you, not good. Yeah, it looks like that one broke loose on its own though, so that's nice. There's some bug wheels. That's gonna be interesting crushing. I'll have to chew on those. Nope. No, that's not bug wheels. No, that's single. Use foam. Huh. Oh, like like friction, yeah. You must have a metal roof or probably probably shingles. Yeah, it'll work on both, yeah. Metal roof would be slick as hell though. See, my roof, you couldn't even get on my roof. It's so rigid. Yeah, it's got a real steep roof, on it. It was sketchy when I was doing my darn ridge plate, my ridge cap. Had lightning strike the house one time. I got a lightning rod now, but learned the hard way. My house didn't have one. But anyhow, struck the ridge cap on my house and blew all that shit apart. I had to fix all that. And I was up there, man. You want to talk about? Oh, yeah, no, not again. Not again. That was probably the sketchiest thing I ever done. Because I had a tractor, a front end bucket on a tractor, lifted all the way up. And I borrowed a very long extension ladder. So I had that bucket, I mean, look, ocean, no ocean. Had that ladder extended all the way out past the ridge cap. And actually straddled the ridge cap and put that new piece in. But I tell you what might work pretty decent. I don't know though, probably not. We used to use these load mats. Well, they were like disposable. They little thin rubber sheet. When we hauled paper rolls in a semi truck, they'd lay them in the bottom. You could put paper rolls on them and keep them from sliding so much. Yeah. $400. Ouch. Ouch. Oh. Yeah, buddy. See, and I got a fireplace too. So I got a fireplace, I gotta do that too, but luckily my chimney's all the way on the edge. And it's not too hard to get to. So I could use a tractor bucket and my normal ladder to get to it. It's like a square pipe is what I got at the top of mine. Hey, it ain't $400, but it'll get the job done, won't it? Oh, $400, look at these. Yeah, these were $20 at Walmart. Next thing you know, you start a trend. Oh, we're about to get a frame, I think. Brand new. Get kind of ready for when a car gets over here. You know, some of these trends are kind of weird. Like them, remember them big old boots? They were just, I mean, they were absolutely ridiculous, looking like cartoonish looking boots. And all the rich people were buying them because somebody famous wore them. And I was like, dude, you gotta be kidding me. Nobody, absolutely nobody, will be walking around in them goofy ass boots. Yeah, he's loading me up right there, Dave. I think we're about to have a lot of stuff come down. Again, could be wrong, but it's looking like it. Hell, he got ahead of me there for a second. Let's see. Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah. And roofing, you only get 2 times a year where it's nice and comfortable. The rest, it's either way too damn hot or way too damn cold. Yeah, I praise them for what they do. Keep everybody dry. Keep your house from rotting. Some people are just built for it, you know. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, that's a nice thing to do, man. Because that's like, you know, there's one job that it would have to be bad. Like I'm talking, it would have to be bad for me to have to do, and that would be septic. Them guys are a breed of their own. They are. There's no way. I will gag watching a video on it, and I don't even get to smell it. They'll go in there and bust that patty up on the surface, and go in there and pump it out. Just absolutely not. Ain't no way. Now you want to talk about shitty jobs? That is an actually shitty job. I remember on cities. So I remember one time they brought this out there at the scrapyard I was at. It's the mulcher they use to grind up what comes down through the sewer systems. And you want to talk about nobody wanted to touch that thing. It was hydraulically driven, and I remember my boss was like, "Hey, get that hydraulic motor off of there." Not me. Man, my ass would be out there in a level 8 hazmat suit. Looking like one of them yellow guys off of Freebird. You wouldn't catch my ass near that thing. Ain't no way. Everybody and their mama's bowels have been through that thing. Ain't no way. Yeah, but you want to talk about disgusting? That is disgusting. I remember one guy I knew. He went down in there. He worked for the city, and they had this one part where that machine was, and there was condoms everywhere. He says, like, all the great, whenever the first one it's all flooded up, all the condoms float to the surface. He says, but whenever they drain it all out, everywhere, all over the grates. Like there's a grate walk that you walk down and everything. Normally all that's submerged under the sewage. Anyway, you have to go down there. They do wear a suit when they do that, obviously. You know the way I do it. But they get down in that hole and they work on the machine and clear it out and get it all, back working. But he says it was a pretty disgusting job. But he says the one thing you see most of anything down there is condoms. Yeah. Paid $400 to have yours pumped out. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, see, that's why I got a septic tanks. So far, knock on glass, kiss my ass, I've been lucky. Oh. Or no, knock on glass, save my ass. That's what it is. Yeah. My ass kissing around here. Oh, yeah. That would be a problem. Let me tell you what fixes that. Now, it could be a problem in and of itself, but if you get clumping, it'll help you out. Bamboo. So I got bamboo planted on my property, and it really helps us, softens it up, because we got a clay problem here too. And the mulch you can use for gardening. It's nitrogen rich. So we got those raised planters. Oh, they won't even allow a field there. Oh, shoot. Ponds only. Well, good for the fish. Stick you some, it depends on how big the pond is. Stick you some bass, some brim, and all that in there. Oh, big bud. Would I eat them after that? I don't know about that. It's the thought. It's the thought that counts. Try to get the shade back on the phone. Hey, I got a question. So when I enter a phone, does the screen go black for y'all? Or does it like kick you out or pause the live or something? I'm actually curious of that. Because I do get phone calls every now and then. It'd be nice to have one phone for that and another one for, like keep this one for work and have another one for recording. But don't have that right now. That and this is actually the better phone. It's got the better camera. Trying to clean up. So yeah, we probably don't have much left. So shit, we might be done here in a little bit. Look at all these bills we gotta load. mountain of them there. They run all the way back over there, right here, right there, all the way back. And all these I got stacked here. All together, let's see where we're at. We're at 429. I think he's got this stack here from when he's loading trucks. We'll back a truck beside me, and then he'll have a truck down there, and he'll be running back and forth from this pile. And then when we get all these knocked down, we'll start pulling from that pile. He'll start restacking what he's got here. That way he can stage it. That's what we'll be doing while the trucks are getting going and getting back. Cadillac. Ooh, I smell like barbecue. Oh, good. In Memphis? Yeah, I'm in Memphis. I don't live in Memphis. I live elsewhere, but I live out in the country. I'm glad I don't live in no city. I have to commute to one every day, but I'm glad I don't live here, man. It's crazy here. Yeah, it's peaceful. Shit, I got the whole road to myself, stop sign to stop sign. This is real talk. This ain't no, I ain't faking nothing for nobody. It's nice when you can walk out and just pee. You ain't gotta worry about neighbors. It happens like that. Don't let nobody lie to you out in the country. It happens like that. I can wake up early in the morning. Yep, deer hunt off the porch about what? That's right. You can just walk out and just let it hang and just let it go. Ain't nobody gonna understand that feeling. Here you gotta hide and look somewhere and, you know, be careful. People always watching. Out there, I can walk around out there and just let it go. Yep. She wouldn't understand. I'd yell back, honey, you don't understand. Yep. It's just something we gotta do. I know you can make some money here, but nothing beats the peace of the country. And my nearest neighbors, which are on different roads, but they're like within, you know, a mile or two, they're all cool as hell, dude. I mean, we all help each other out. I mean, that's a real thing that happens out here. You know, everybody tries to help everybody out. And the more rural you get, the better it is. Now, the closer town you get, and there ain't nobody, you're shit out of luck. But out in the country, yeah, no, everybody's got your back. All that happened when that tornado came between mine and William. I don't want to say his full name. Mine and William's property, and killed some cows. See, it was another neighbor I had. So you got me, Mr. William, and Mr. Donald. They're all kind of catty corner, and it was Donald's cows that killed. And we went out there with the tractor and everything and helped him out. Got his fence back up, cleared off some trees, and helped him with the cows. I had a backhoe, and just doing right. Because I mean, like I said, you do right then, they'll scratch your back the next time, man. Anytime, like if something's going on at your house, it's just a good way to be, you know. Because I can call any of them right now, and they'll be there in no time. It's nice. Oh, and if you go back in the lives, if I'm ever sitting down still for a little while, I noticed as I was fast forwarding through the live, but I was going. I think it was when the fire happened. There was a point where I sat for a minute. You can watch the arm go down. Yeah, it's got a slow leak on it. Yeah, I know, man. Yeah, a good neighbor is everything. A good neighbor is everything. I got one that he's the tradingest man. That's the one I traded the work for the other half of the shop. And I traded that bass boat and that hell of a badass lawnmower I had for the other half of my shop to get built. And yeah, just he's a bartering man. You can trade with him anything. Man, that's what he prefers over anything is trading. Yeah, you can feel that temperature dropping out there. I'm gonna close this window a little bit. think we're on our last cars. I don't see nothing else. It's kind of hard to see on this pile anyways, but I don't see nothing stacked. Spitting a little snow now. Yeah, here it goes. And so it begins. They said it might do something down here. If I'm not mistaken, we might actually have a. They always say it every year. 9 times out of 10 it doesn't happen, but they said we might have a white Christmas here. We'll see. It'd be cool though, wouldn't it? Sounds like y'all are about to have it. Yeah, but yeah, snowing down here don't really mix too well. 9 times out of 10 it's just ice. Dude, I saw that. Man, it killed the 2 conductors. Or the conductor and the engineer. Yeah. Killed them. I was watching that this morning. I was like, holy crap, man. I mean, that train was rolling too. Had to be going at least, I mean, for what I was seeing, probably 70 or close to it. It was rolling when it hit that thing. You know, I don't understand why the train didn't just swerve around the guy. Nah, I'm messing with you. I hate they lost their lives, man. But I was looking at the comments, man. I was like, oh my God. People were blaming the train. How do you blame the train? The truck stuck on the tracks. There's a number on that pole, man. You gotta call it every time, man. That's the direct line to that engineer that gets them on the brakes. I don't know what was going on there. There's gonna be an investigation. We'll hear more about it later on, but yeah, it's tragic. It really is tragic. But wasn't it like a concrete, like a sewer line or something like that? Like a big one, a massive one? That train hit it and actually derailed that train, knocked part of a building out, injured several people. I saw 3 on one news site, and then I saw there was more. Like it went to like 6 or 7. That might be inaccurate. Don't take my word for it. But I'm gonna say the confirmed one I saw, like I know I saw, was 3. But yeah, it did kill the engineer and the conductor. Derailed the train and everything. That's sad. But I was reading the comments. Yeah, never read the comments. I was watching people on there just not knowing you can't just stop a train. That's why whenever they haul them heavy loads, man, there's a lot of planning that's supposed to go into that, but somebody lapsed somewhere. And then when it came time of them getting stuck on that track, because it looked like they'd been sitting there for a little bit of a minute because there was some traffic backed up. There was plenty of time to get on that phone and get calling, you know? Yeah, no kidding, dude. Yeah. Oh, it was some serious damage. Costed 2 lives and everything, man. Somebody said concrete sewer drain or something like that. I don't know. It's stuck together pretty good to be concrete. Yeah, I don't even know why I even followed that. Because wasn't it sitting off to the side in one of them pictures? Yeah, no, that's right, yeah. Huh. So you don't know what to believe in the comments. But I saw somebody talking about the train was at fault. I don't know if they were trolling or what, because I mean, like, dude. Yeah, he should have swerved. Pull some Tokyo Drift. I wonder if you'll know. In the secret Tokyo. Should have done that shit they did on Polar Express. Oh, by the way, you're welcome. Anybody listening on the, which I know you're listening, Jack, but you ought to look up the Polar Express Tokyo Drift. You'll thank me later. You ever just want a good laugh? Oh man. To lighten the mood, I guess, because it was tragic. Those two guys lost their lives. Yeah. It could happen like that. Never know. One day you're doing your job and it's all over with. That's why I don't walk beside these bales. I try to stay away from them. They might seem like they're stacked alright, but I've seen them fall. That's why I tell everybody that comes around this machine, get away from the machine. Get away from these bales. It's like dude jumping down inside that baler, man, whenever he was cleaning it out. Shit, with it running. Like, I'll get inside of it if I have to inspect it. You can clean it out with the claw, and you can clean out behind the rams without, you know, having to get in there. You can reach it from the side. But but if like I had to get down in there to inspect something, you know, like if something's lodged or if something's, you know, like I'm checking the pins, yeah, I'll get down in there, but the machine's off and the master kill is off. And even then, I got my arm down in there just in case, you know, at least something stops something, you know. Because I want to go home. I want to go home at the end of the day. I mean, my job is not as dangerous as others, but I mean, still. Not following common sense type tactics. I mean, that, you know, shit. Regulations are written in blood, ain't they? The reason they exist. I understand everybody plays one of them goofy videos, those training videos. They got the goofy animations, man, but at the same time, that was a real person. At one point, you know, you gotta think they're depicting what happened. Like I saw this one, I think that was that old show, 1,000 Ways to Die. Let's see. Yeah, Lockout and Tag Out, yep. I remember 1,000 Ways to Die. I think that was the show this was on. It might have been a documentary where they would take the temp guys. So you still, me personally, a temp agency, I find kind of ridiculous. They kind of dangle this, you know, you could possibly get the job. There's a possibility, but they'll move you around from factory to factory, you know. It's just, it's some bullshit, you know. They rotate you out, and then when you get to these factories, they always toss you on the shittiest of the shitty jobs. They'll throw a temp at it first, right? Well, this is what happened in this case. This guy had to go into like a it was, I think it was like Gerdau. It was a scrap place. It was a, I want to say it was that, where they do molten metal and whatnot. And he ended up, they turned the machine on and started liquefying metal. It ended up pouring like all the slag poured out or something. something happened. They were in there dislodging something. It was a few guys, and you know, they were all temps, and they forced them to go in there into this cramped space. And when they was in there, they started clearing it all out, and then somebody turned the machine on it and poured molten slag inside that machine with them all in it, and they all slowly died as they were trying to stay above the slag. I mean, can you imagine a worse way to go, you know? But yeah, the temp agency got, the company, temp agency, and all that got in bad trouble over that. I can't remember. I think it was on 1,000 Ways to Die. It might have been something else. I think it was because it was so much detail that was going into it. I'm almost saying it was a documentary on it. That's probably what it was. But it should be kind of easy to find. You can probably type in company sends temp worker in to his death or something like that. You know, some catchy title like that. You'll probably find it. Yeah, oh, yeah, ain't no way. Dude, that would be awful. I don't know, it depends on how fast it stamps you. It might be quick, but ooh. Anytime because you'd be surprised, man, what people look like when they get shredded up. It's one thing I have seen is a lot of death, unfortunately. Yeah. It's like that Traco, man, when it set down on a dude. Golly, man. And you know, 9 times out of 10 it's a slow leak on those, because that's what it was. There was nothing wrong with, I mean, like, it was, you know, it had a slow leak down. See, I can only imagine he got pinned, could not get out, and the pressure kept building until he was absolutely crushed to death. I mean, that is just so awful. Golly, man. What's worse is the families, man, just having to tell them, you know. Yep, definitely gotta be smart when it comes to working on these. Yeah, there's just certain things you follow to a T. You'll get out alright. Now, like whenever I go to service this baler, you know, reason this side right here, yeah, I don't know about that. I might have to let it slide for a little bit until I get these bales going. Normally they're not this high, you know, this close to the machine. Oh, I got plenty of grease in it though, so I mean it should last. Going maybe a day or two over, ain't gonna hurt it too bad. Well, I mean by day or two, you know, of operation. So far we ain't been doing shit around here, so I mean, hell, we've only got what, 20, 25 done so far. That's about it. Not even that, I don't think. No, probably around 15. Blockers with the forklift guy on the ground saw it slipping off the forks and tried to stop it. Yeah, see, and that's like a natural thing. You got to overcome that, right? So 9 times out of 10, when you think, oh my God, I'm gonna catch it, right? Sometimes, like, yeah, if you're moving something super light, nothing too crazy or nothing like that, but when you got heavy things, you gotta just ignore that instinct. Because a lot of people, they let that control them, and that's where you fuck up. I hate he died. I really do, man. That's like a lady. There was a video, a safety video that rolled around about why you don't try to jump on the back of a forklift whenever it's teetering. And this lady, she didn't weigh but 90 pounds. I mean, you know, probably about 120 or so, or 150. But she was super small, super light. Run up as the forklift was fixing to tip over, right? It was like fixing to tip over. It was heavy what it was carrying. Anyhow, she run up and jumped on the back of that thing, and the load slipped off, and as she jumped, it was how she did it. She slipped right underneath the ass end of the forklift. You know, there ain't no clearance there, right? And it dropped down on her and killed her right then and there. But she was going to run and jump on the back of that thing, try to keep it down. Like, there's nothing you can do. That kind of weight, there is nothing you can do. It's going to happen regardless, you know? Close to the last one. I think it's just frames now. He brought just one down here. Oh, you saw it? Yeah. That shit sticks with you too. Yeah, people don't realize just how fragile they are, you know? You don't realize, you feel, well, 1 second you feel invincible, and when some real shit actually, like real shit happens, holy shit. Alright, you see that? We had a glitch. Alright, so I hate when that happens. She was about to bail my arm. Try not to leave my arm in there when it's running, because sometimes shit happens. Oh yeah, dude. No kidding. No kidding. Third world countries, man. They got the worst videos on that, man. Oh yeah. Golly, man. The things they do in sandals and no gear, no nothing, and how they do some things. Oh my God. only time I ride, like I won't lie, I do ride aggressive every now and then. I'll kind of ride fast and all that, but I always watch some videos where people, you know, crash out and everything, and it can be rough in some cases. I remember one time there was this picture that floated around. It was a FedEx truck. I think it was a FedEx. It might have been another company, but you know them pup trailers they haul in tandem? It's one of those, and I can understand from a truck driver's point of view, the guy didn't know he was hit. Because when you haul tandems like that, there's so much slack between the, you know, that last trailer and your fifth wheel, you wouldn't feel something like a motorcycle smacking the back of you, you know? You just wouldn't feel it. That'd feel like normal bumps in the road, you know? Shit. Let's go this way. It's loading me up. We got some work now. Look at there. They've got a pilot. But, picture was of a guy. He had his motorcycle helmet on and everything, but he was dead as all get out. But he got arrested with the police, I believe, and smacked the back of that FedEx truck. It was hanging out of that. Like his feet were dragging the ground. Nope, here's the homicide car. But yeah, his feet were dragging. What is it, crap? Shit. There. They dragged all the way to the low, and somebody had to stop the guy. The cops caught up, and they had to stop him from where the motorcycle wreck happened. He drug him like 4 blocks worth. Pretty gruesome. If you ever get a chance, you can find that picture, I think, pretty easy. It was pretty iconic. Or, yeah, it was pretty, you know, well known at the time. Not too hard to find. Actually, I think our safety guy at one of the companies I truck drove for had it as his screensaver. Because he was a Tennessee State Trooper. Now, he was cool, but he was retired. But he had it on there as a reminder. Because he rides. He was old K9 too. You know, he had a K9 with him. Cured my speed motorcycles. I hear you. Now them tank slappers will do that to you now. Hell yeah, they'll do it to you in a heartbeat. Yeah, buddy. I've only had one bike that threatened to speed wobble or tank slap. That was that Valkyrie. I think my wheel blades flew off. I think that's the reason that one was the one that did it. It was hopping. Started hopping on me. Once I got it all balanced out, it stopped doing that. But yeah, sure enough. Yeah, those tank slappers will cure that problem real quick. There's a video of a guy, he was on a crotch rocket. He crashed his bike into the back of the truck. He was rolling too, man. But the camera, so as the camera broke off and was twirling around, you could see, you know, like every time it whirled around, you could see the accident, you know, like the guy and how he is. And you could see like broken arms and wrists and shit, like all in the moment of it happening. It was crazy. That video really shouldn't be hard to find. It's like he plows into the back of a truck and his camera breaks off, and as it's twirling, he slows it down, way slows it down. But you can see his arm broke and everything, dude, as it happens. Might be off on that. I'm trying to say 2008, but I don't think they made them in 2008. They probably did, I don't know. So long ago. Yeah, dude, yeah. I guess, yeah, it would be pretty bad. Yeah. That's like what I do, you know. I smacked a deer. This is the first motorcycle crash I'd ever been in. My 2022 KLR, Kawasaki KLR 650. It was orange. And you know, in the video and the pictures, it does not look bad, dude. But it, like I have to praise the bike. It took a damn hit, dude. I could have it on camera. That's what sucks more than anything. My camera was dead. The guy I was with, his was off. He had his off at the time. He wouldn't record. And he was in the perfect view. He could have saw everything. But at least I'm all right now. That's all that matters, really. But didn't even get to brake. Smacked a deer 55 miles an hour. Bigger than shit. You know, he was only a yearling, but I mean, hit him bigger than shit. That's how we say it. It's slang. But hit him right in the neck, and his body swung around and hit my leg and where my, you know, pegs are and everything, and it knocked it low side of me. Luckily, at least I didn't high side, but yeah, low sided. But I thought I landed on the deer. For some reason, it felt like I landed on the deer, but I guess pavement feels like a deer. I guess whenever adrenaline pumping in where they, you know, really don't notice, I guess. But no, he said I didn't land on the deer. He said you were under the bike for a minute, which I was. I remember that. I remember the slide because it was the only straightaway in all the mountains in the Ozarks. It was the only straightaway, and there was 11% grade going down, and smacked the deer and slid under the bike for a minute. I remember I was kicking away from the bike, and when I kicked away from it, the bike started tumbling. But we ended up getting the bike stood back up. Oh, there it is, dude. That thing was mint. Look, this thing was mint. It didn't have not a scratch, a blemish, a dent, or nothing. Well, that sucks. That thing was clean as all get out. Anyhow. Jaguar. It was a Jaguar. I keep calling it a Porsche. That shows you how much I know about foreign cars. Anyhow, it was clean though. I will give them that. It was clean. Damn, this sucks. See, it's shit like this that sucks. Oh. Anyhow, where was I? Oh yeah. So straightened some things out on that bike. It fired up. Didn't lose no fluids or nothing. Rode 3.5 hours back home. I had road rash. Naturally, right before I stuck my riding jacket back on, I was squidding like an idiot. You know, it was hot that day, but that's not no excuse. I was squidding bigger than shit, and I paid the price for it. Yep, paid the price on that one. I like riding in the cold weather more than hot weather with gear. I really ain't found no good gear. I mean, all the good stuff is, well, good stuff. Winter stuff's fairly cheap, and I got a decent jacket that was secondhand. That's pretty good. It looks awkward wearing that jacket on a KLR though. Because it's more of like a cruiser style jacket, but it works. Better be safe than sorry. Had a KZ 650. Buddy had a KZ 1000. I had a 550 back in the day. With a race kit in it. Wanted $1,200. Took it for a spin. Got on it. Hit 110 when I hit third. Yeah, they were fast, dude. I got a CB 900. Honda 1980. Model I want to say it is, or an 84. It's one of the two. I still got it down in the shop. It's got 2 shifters. It's got a high and a low, and it's got 5 low, 5 high. Which you don't wear like a semi truck, but you know, I like that. It's catchy. But oh, this poor car, man, I feel so bad for this car. It's a small one though. You get to it right over here. I ain't gonna work out the put over here. But let me finish reading way, yeah. Yeah, them bikes, them older bikes, people don't give them enough credit, dude. They are wicked fast. You gotta think they're fast on stuff that's not modern, like the suspensions and everything, and brakes. Like the brakes are a lot better, the suspensions and frames are a lot better. Them things were stupid powerful and fast on weak frames and suspensions. That CB900 I have, bubbling. Like I'm talking, I just got to run it. My uncle gave it to me. The thing hadn't run in years and years and years. Well, I tried to fire it up. Yeah, I didn't even pull the bolts off. I just, hear it run. Put some fuel in it. Of course, everything's dry rotted. It's got vacuum leaking out the ass. Well, bubbling, barely running. I got on it going up the driveway, and it spun tires the whole way, and it absolutely almost threw me off the back of that bike. Now, I was like, dude, this thing running, tuned up, and ready to go is ridiculous. Ridiculously powerful. And hell, on that one, you can pick any gear you want. Shit, it's got a gear range for days. Honda's over-engineered 10-speed bike they had back in the day. I mean, technically, a high and low. Yeah, I still got that bike to this day. I'd like to do that, going from 4 carburetors to 1. That would be nice. That'd save a whole lot of adjustment. Them things are a headache to adjust without the right equipment. You need that vacuum gauge. That has 4 vacuum gauges in one. I think that's plastic. I can get, I'll let this slide. That's plastic. Should be alright. So metal is a problem. Oh yeah. We always do a ham. Turkey, you gotta be careful with turkey. You can mess turkey up pretty quick. I think you're talking about something else here now. Oh, elbow deep. I got you. We're still kind of messed up. We got PTSD from that Dr. Man yesterday. Rabbit. Oh, you rabbit hunt too, don't you? You use 22 to hunt rabbits or a pellet? Oh, you raised the rabbits. I got you. Don't say you're a hell of a hunter. You tagged 35 rabbits. Ain't nothing leaving this guy's sight. I ain't that good. I like to use pellets, it's a lot quieter. They got this Whisper pellet rifle that works really well. Shoots fairly straight. You can tag them right there in the head. It's pretty quick. I'm trying to save the meat as best as possible. Sometimes you get dirty shots, so it sucks when you do. But yeah, I'm trying to save the meat as best you can. See, now I got this guy that comes around. Now I shoot coyotes. I shoot them because they're pests around here, man. They're bad. But there's a guy that actually started coming around, and he asked if he could come on my property if he ever shot one. I said, dude, you're more than welcome, dude. You're doing me a favor. But I remember one morning I woke up to like a bunch of coyote sounds, but it kept replaying. So I was like, that don't sound natural, right? But as I was leaving down the road, I saw him. He was sitting up on a berm, and he was pretty close to the road though, where he was doing it from. He had his car parked on the side, and yeah, he had a little sound device out there calling, like it was like I almost say a mating call, you know. And yeah, he was shooting left and right. I think he said he tagged about 3. So they were heading all towards where I live. Yeah, they're generally pretty bad. Springs and axles all up there. Your face is professional. Come here. No. It is windy anyways. I know it's because he's watching, that's why. But it always goes that way when somebody's watching you. And that's ironic to say, being I got a stream going. When somebody's on the ground watching you, that's when you miss it. Right there. You know what I mean? If I blew a hose, I actually blew the hose. I ended up catching the side of the know, thermals are starting to get, thermal imaging is starting to get a lot cheaper now. Used to, it was so damn high you couldn't afford it, but I think now you can get a thermal scope for it's not too terribly priced. You will talk about some good hunting. It'd be that scope right there, it would be a thermal imaging. They had one scope, oh, I can't remember the name of the damn company, dude. It was awesome. You could paint targets, but I think you had to buy the rifle with the scope. It was a total package deal. You could paint your targets on the scope, and then whenever it came time to pull the trigger, you could hold the trigger all day until you lined up, because it calculated everything. It calculated the spin, the rate, the droppage, it calculated wind. I can't remember how it did it. I don't know how it did it. It did everything though. It might not have calculated the wind. I don't know. But it would not fire off a shot. You could hold that trigger, but until you lined it up and it was perfect on the screen, then it would fire. And it was accurate every time. But the rifle was so expensive. So expensive. Which, I mean, if it could do all that, I mean, I could see why. I forget what they called that rifle. Or the company that made it. I forget what it was chambered in. I want to say 308. I'm going to say 308. It seems like it's ringing a bell. Alright, brother, you take it easy. Yeah, I'm probably going to end the live stream, go to lunch real quick, and come back and restart it. That way I'm not leaving my phone up in here, because people have been known to climb up here. Just saying. But, that's probably what I'm going to do. Because we're going to take probably an hour lunch this time. You know, so be a good break for everybody. That way everybody ain't watching some of the boring stuff going on. I hate it was kind of slow this morning. Like I said, I'm hoping after the first of the year, we'll get back to the way we normally are. And that'll be way better for everybody. Because it's always moving. Always. Hopefully by then, too, I'll figure the mount situation out and it won't shake so much. Because I really hate that it shakes. I tried to watch one of the videos. I was like, oh, it's rough on the eyes. I'm glad y'all find some type of enjoyment out of it, but I was sitting there watching that video like, ooh, that's an awful mount. If I could figure out the GoPro situation, that'd be much better. So much better. Then you can see everything, like the controls and all, man. It's so much better. Yeah, you take it easy, buddy. Merry Christmas, and I appreciate that about my son. Yeah, I hope he gets better too, man. He just got a good report. That's what that phone call was earlier. He got a good report from the doctor. So evidently what was happening last night, his son came and went. Oh, this one's going to be the last one. We're just going to fight. Might have to be a long bill. That's looking like. We'll try it one more time. If it don't work this time, that's going to be all she wrote. Oh shit, I just noticed I got 5 likes. Thank you for the other 2 that liked. Yeah, I just noticed it. Yep, this is going to be a long video. Got too much stuff in it. Probably under another car, that way it pushes it all kind of to the center. Gets it off the back. Alright, y'all. I'm gonna take a lunch. Get someone in the live stream or however you did it. I wish they paused, but I don't think I got that control. I don't know if that's something that comes later or what, but yeah. So I'm just going to end it. And I'll be back after lunch, y'all. Oh, and just last, just let you know what I see. This is it. All that mess right now, all that fell down. Yep, I got that sprinkling on my head. My little humble abode. Where that gets right there. Yep, there's my control panel. But alrighty, everybody take it easy.